All right, you guys. So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada.
If I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, think of the ladies I can.
If you're that kind of a control person and Scarlett Johansson after 2 years goes peace,
I would use my wife as a human shield.
The truth can't be hidden for long. Ryan Reynolds secretly hates his wife. The beautiful pictures and the powerful couple's play on the red carpet can't hide this forever. Right now, it feels like the whole world is turning against Blake Lively, but can you believe even her own husband might be doing the same? Like, seriously, imagine that. If you look at their past, he's always made some strange comments about his wife. Ryan has always played the role of the funny, charming guy who teases you because he likes you. But let's be real. After being married for years and having multiple kids together, where do you draw the line? It seems like Blake has been dealing with this for a while. Take that one time he posted a picture of a painting and joked, "If there's ever a fire, I'm grabbing this first. Then I'll come back for Blake." Like, excuse me? If my husband was saying stuff like that about me on social media, I'd be so offended. And trust me, this isn't even the worst of it. Ryan has made plenty of questionable comments. So, let's dive in because there is so much to unpack.
I used to say to her, I would take a bullet for you. I could never love anything as much as I love you. I would say that to my wife. And then the second I looked in that baby's eyes, I knew in that exact moment that if we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield.
Now, pause. This man just admitted on national television that he would throw his wife in front of a bullet to save himself and their child. Who says that? Who even thinks like that? Again, people laughed it off as humor, but there's always some truth in a joke. And this isn't the kind of thing a loving husband should even joke about. And if you thought that was bad, just wait. Because Ryan didn't stop there. After Blake gave birth, he allegedly told her that if she had died during childbirth, he'd just take the kids to the park and find a new wife from his long list of options.
We tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, "Oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, think of the ladies I can." Like, this is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list.
And let's talk about the fact that Blake is always the punchline of his jokes. Why her? Why is she always the one being mocked? In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel equal. But with Ryan, it's like he enjoys tearing her down while the world watches and laughs. And maybe that's exactly what he wanted in a wife. Someone he could control. Because let's not forget, before Blake, he was with Scarlett Johansson. And let's be real, Scarlett is not the kind of woman you can just boss around.
I get the sense that if you're that kind of a control person and Scarlett Johansson after 2 years goes peace, I'm out of this marriage, you will never let that go. And her career has always been bigger, has always been greater. She's the highest paid actress in Hollywood, Scarlett Johansson. And I think someone like him would still be bothered by this, even though they, amicable breakup, it's fine, she doesn't care, she's remarried. I think he still does care to try to one-up her. And
Scarlett's strong, independent, and won't let a man walk all over her. And maybe that's why their marriage didn't last.
And Scarlett Johansson is not Blake Lively, okay? She's known to be, and I can tell you this because I worked at a firm, we did movies, and I literally met Scarlett Johansson. She's known to be very bright. She is known to be very classy, and she's known to be very kind.
Now, think about how fast Ryan moved on from Scarlett. He and Blake met in 2010 while filming Green Lantern. At the time, Ryan was still married to Scarlett, and Blake was dating none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. And we all know how Leo is. He doesn't just date anyone. Blake was the it girl of the moment. But then, suddenly, both Ryan and Blake end their relationships, right after filming together. Coincidence? Ryan and Scarlett officially divorced in July 2011, and by October, he was already dating Blake. That fast. Almost like he couldn't wait to move on. It's not just me who thinks that Ryan cannot stand his wife, people on the internet are also noticing it.
I am fully convinced that there has to be a connection between this humor that this couple specifically coined, direct line from that to millennial women finding out via TikTok that their husbands hate them. It's not even that they found out on TikTok, it's that they married husbands that hate them because they incorrectly categorized it as cute and funny and like what Ryan Reynolds does, but really your husband or boyfriend just hates you. I'm not speculating what actually goes on between them, but
And we don't care.
and I
Couldn't
ultimately
care less.
don't care. But this whole like public spectacle that they've been playing for the last 10 years, and the media outlets completely latched onto it and was like, couple goals, like 20 times Ryan totally owned Blake on Instagram. And it's like him posting bad pictures of her and being like, my wife is a piece of shit.
And now, over a decade later, their marriage is nothing more than a social media spectacle. Blake tries to throw jabs back at Ryan, whether it's mocking his hairstyle or poking fun at his fashion sense. But it never lands the same way. Ryan's humor always dominates hers, and Blake just ends up playing along. Maybe she's not as witty as Ryan. Or maybe, just maybe, she's tired. Tired of always being the joke. Tired of always being the one getting mocked.
You want to take a break?
From Blake? Sure.
These subtle jabs might seem harmless, but when you really look at them, there's a pattern, a dark one. And when you connect the dots, you start to wonder, does Ryan even like Blake? Or is she just another one of his punchlines? Let's take a look at some of the comments on the internet, what people think about Ryan's behavior. He's like a toxic partner who constantly berates you and then says, "It's just a joke, why are you mad?" Ryan dated Alanis Morissette, and she said it was one of the worst relationships she was in. She even wrote songs about it. I'm getting the vibe that Ryan hates everyone that isn't him. My husband was a stand-up comic when we met. In 40 years, he has never made a joke at my expense. Exactly. Loving couples don't joke in ways that could come off as insulting or disrespectful to their partner. But Ryan continues to insult his wife. Look at what he posted in Gigi Hadid's birthday. Happy birthday, Gigi Hadid. I think you and I make a much better couple. So when Ryan acts like he wants to get rid of his wife all the time, why did he get mad when he found out that Blake might have caught feeling for Justin Baldoni? Yes, there are rumors that Ryan read the flirtatious messages Blake Lively used to send to Baldoni. When he confronted Blake, she put the blame on Justin and accused him of harassment and body shaming. So, Ryan allegedly decided to get back to Justin and ruin his career. So, did he act like that because he was jealous? I don't think so.
And I don't think he's jealous. I think he's possessive because she's his property.
And because of his ego and his possessive nature, Ryan's actions could end Blake Lively's career because Justin Baldoni has all the receipts. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not saying that Blake Lively is the victim here. She is like a copy of Ryan. They won't get a divorce. They're perfect for each other and equally annoying. They both seem insufferable. All ego, no humor. They both have a mean sense of humor, TBH. Birds of a feather. What do you think? Is there more happening behind the scenes than we realize? Is Blake just playing along to keep the peace? Or is Ryan controlling her in ways we can't even imagine? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.